A couple of days ago, I had to go to the DMV, to handle business. You want to make sure that you're riding perfectly, you know what I mean? But what I had to do was something real simple. Renew my license. That's it. And when I got in there, I was real excited because they called my number super quick. It seemed like it was going to take an extremely short time. And I'm talking about maybe about 10 minutes in and out, filling out the paperwork and everything. But I'm not going into, at least on this video, why it took about an hour to get out of there. But I'm going to tell you a portion that was that day's most funniest event. At the DMV, as you all know, first of all, you got to go to the first person that greets you. Then you have to wait for your number to be called. Then after that, they help you out, and then they go ahead and send you to the cashier. You pay your 30 bucks. Now, to me, that's a lot of money just to get a reprint of your ID. But you pay your 30 bucks, then you have to go to a man at the desk. After the man at the desk, he tells you to go ahead and get into 1 or 2 lines. Then you talk to another person at a desk. Then they go ahead and send you on over to the photo booth, where they take your picture and then they give you your license. So at this point, this is my second time in the same very line. They tell me to go and get in line 2. So when I'm walking up to line 2, in the left lane, which is basically line 1, is a Hispanic woman, and standing in front of her is a white guy. Now, he's probably about 29, 30 years old. Old enough to have some damn sense. And I go ahead and stand in line 2. Now, keep in mind, the numbers, especially the number 2, the numbers are 9 inches tall and about 8 inches wide. Now, the number 1 is going to be a little bit smaller in terms of width, but it's 9 inches tall too. These are big ass numbers. So I go stand in line 2. So the woman at the counter, she calls out, person in line 2, step forward. So I go ahead and proceed to stepping forward. But the white guy in line 1 steps forward before I could. Quickly. So he steps forward, gets at the counter right in front of the woman. The woman is still doing some other stuff. And he notices that I come up to the counter, seemingly following him. I admit it. I went up there like I was supposed to be there. But she did call my number. And I'm right behind him. I got, we got distance, waiting in line distance, getting ready to be serviced distance. But for him, I am too close. At that point where someone thinks that you're about to do something to them. Now, I'm a big dude. But the interesting part is that you got to understand this. Most of the time in my life, because of the way I look, people, they turn around and they look at you and they immediately get a smile on their face because they're like, I actually don't want any problems from this guy. It's just that simple. They're like, damn. But when it came to this situation, this dude, he turns around and he looks at me with this look of like, damn, how stupid are you? He's like, see, I'm looking at it in his eyes. He's angry. He's like, look, man, if you think that you're going to intimidate me, this is the problems that you black people have. You all do not follow direction. She said line 2. And so therefore, here I am. That's the way this guy looked at me. Now, the thing is that you have to know black people. And my wife said it herself because she went to a school with mostly black kids, along with myself. We were both at the same school. Now, she says that when she was out and about, in school, she would notice that black people would give her a certain look. It's the same look that I gave this white guy. When he turned around, he looked me directly in the eye. And I looked him directly in the eye. Like a stone black statue. Directly in the eye, like, fool, you do not understand that I do not have to do a damn thing to you. Because what's going to happen next is going to be your most embarrassing moment. And that's what my wife was trying to agree with me about. She's like, you kind of do have to know black people. Because black people will look at you a certain way. And when she was in high school, she said that as soon as they did, man, she would start looking around to see what was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, and y'all black folk, y'all know what I'm talking about too. It only takes one look, like that look. Like, damn, like one of those looks like you're wearing rubber bands around both your ankles on your jeans because you rode a bike to school and you still have the same rubber bands right there around your jeans and it's already 11 o'clock and no one has told you about the rubber bands. Not one single person. Well, that's the look I gave that dude. So all I had to do was wait for it. So the woman behind the counter, the clerk, she knows that I know that there's nothing that she can really do to save this white guy. But she does her best. She says, well, let me see your paperwork. By this time, the white guy, he's turned around. He's just like, I just can't believe how stupid and bold this black dude is behind me. Arrogantly hands her the paperwork. Just waiting for it, because he knows I'm about to be sent right back. And she says like this. She says, she looks at the paperwork and then she looks at him and she tells this dude, sir, you're supposed to be in line 1. Now, let me explain. Dude was in line 1. That wasn't the problem. The problem was this dude felt that he was entitled to go next, period. And he was so excited about going next and could not believe that someone would call line 2 after he had been standing there all that time, that he proceeded not to listen. Now, the interesting part is that after that look he gave me, do you think he turned in the same direction and said, you know what, sir? I apologize for looking at you in such an undeserving manner. Hell no, that butthurt fool turned around the other way and scampered his ass back in line. He turned in the direction so that he would not have to look at me again or to see the smirk on my face. And I know everybody else was looking at him like, damn, you dumb as hell. I mean, everybody was watching this. And I know that all the people in line 1 and line 2 by now, because it must have filled up a little bit, was looking at this guy like, damn, dude, you can't count? 1, 2. 1, 2. And let me tell you something. Thing about it was he had this he had this look about him where you think that none of this will come out of him. He had a little scrushy look to himself. He should have been smarter than that. He had the look of a white dude who was supposed to be smarter than that. He was no way near clean cut. He was more on the hippie side. But on that day, he had lost his mind. Hell no. but I was laughing on the inside. See, that's quality. There ain't no reason to be necessarily malicious because this guy done made a fool out of himself. But I'm sure he recounted throughout the day his mistake and how badly he made the mistake even worse by looking at me like I was the idiot. But it does pay to be able to pay attention. It does pay to be able to realize when you are in the right. And it pays again to see an idiot look like an idiot. This is the Calvary. I'm out. The Diary of Dark One's Son, a book about a black man's life that's relevant to your generation. Available at lulu.com.